comparing Lagos with Anambra in terms of the globally accepted developmental indicators is an insult to Anambra State and the leadership of Peter Obi. Well, I have decided to lay before all Nigerians the truth by making a comparative performance analysis of Lagos and Anambra using the key development indicators. Okay, and this is by Ayodeji is the one writing this article. Let's hear what he has to say. He said, "Work with me. The famous biblical parable of the talent is one I love so much because its lessons can be taught by all generations. This is the first of a 3-part comparative performance analysis series." Did I hear you say, "Oh, Mr. AY, it is unfair to compare Lagos State with Anambra"? Well, you may be right. After all, why would anyone compare? Lagos, the toast of Africa, from the Portuguese to the British to the locals and Nigeria as a whole. Everyone just wants her. And Anambra, the state left in ruins after the civil war. Imagine what is happening in Ukraine currently. However, like the lessons taught in the parable of the talent, you still have to be accountable with the little you have if you want to be entrusted with more. So here we will be looking at the performance of Bola Ahmed Tinubu between 2003 and 2007, Peter Obi between 2007 and 2014, using key development indicators. Okay? Block S, okay, if you are not teachable, just pass. Secondly, IGR boys, if your understanding of development economics is IGR, please pass. This is above your pay grade. Okay, this person is just trying to use most of the terminology by all these Bola Ahmed Tinubu supporters, this and this and that. That if you know that with this analysis, this Ayo is about to make, if you cannot understand it, just all about IGR. Where do this IGR, where do they really enter? Everything I will be sharing are verifiable facts from verifiable sources. And it's talking about indicators often used by development economies to assess low middle income countries. Hence, we will be using it here. First and foremost, gross national income per capita, life expectancy, human development index, health index, educational index, and income index. These are the 6 areas that the guys really want to look into. This man is really trying to expatiate when it's talk about a gross national income per capita, life expectancy. You know, I'm always saying that what is the expectancy of people living in Lagos? Are they having a good quality standard of living? Human development index, how developed are the people? Because like I've always said, the face of the state, when you first and foremost just check, is Agberu. You know, what are they bringing apart from individuals who are just doing their own thing? Again, in the area of index, health index, people will say, "Oh, he built Lagos, but he forgot to build a hospital that he will attend to, or we attend." In the area of educational index, and again, income index. Okay, my data source is from the renowned Global Data Lab, an independent data and research center at the Institute of Management Research, Radboud University, Netherlands. GDL started compiling data from 2003, hence Bola Tinubu performance is evaluated from 2003. In the area of a global national income per capita, Bola Tinubu between 2003 and 2007, in 2003 at 8.887, and in 2007 the growth was at 9.128, and the growth generally in that global national income per capita, the growth it had during that time was 3.72%. Okay. Lagos 2007 to 2014, in 2007 at 9.218%, and in 2004 at 9.303%, and the growth it had in 2014 was 0.92%. Then when you talk about Anambra State, between 2007 to 2014, in 2007 at 8.823. At the end of the day, you know, just to sum it up, the growth it had, it was a 4.7%. 0.50%. That is under the global national income. So if you check the during this time, that means the total growth that under the global national income per capita, the Lagos State had under Bola Tinubu was 3.72%, while under Anambra it was under Peter Obi in Anambra State it was 4.50%. That means it's higher than that of Lagos when you compare to the global national income, in that year. So concerning life expectancy, Bola Tinubu had growth of 2.54% life expectancy, and meanwhile Anambra had a growth of 10.12%, that means 10%, and while Lagos had a 2.5%. Within the Human Development Index, Bola Tinubu 2003 to 2007 had growth of 3.28%. Okay. And meanwhile, Peter Obi had 15.82%. We are talking about human development, how people were developed. He had 15.82%, while Tinubu had 3.28%. In the area of health index, Tinubu got 3.85% between 2003 and 2007. The growth in that particular sector was 3.85%. Meanwhile, Anambra State between 2007 to 2014, it had growth of 16.30% under health sector. So what are we talking about? In terms of education, under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it has a 2007 and 2014, it had growth of 10.73%. And in Anambra, between 2007 and that 2014, under Peter Obi, the growth under education was 22.5%. Okay, I think you guys are getting it. And when you come to income index, Bola Tinubu got 1.86% and Anambra got 9.42% under Peter Obi. From the above 6 indicators used in measuring public governance performance in low-middle income country, Peter Obi outperformed Lagos of Fashola and Bola Tinubu in all. Factoring IGR investment in Lagos since colonial days. Yes, since colonial days and the Civil War, it is safe to say Peter Obi is in a league on his own. So comparing Lagos with Anambra in terms of the globally accepted developmental indicators is an insult to Anambra State and the leadership of Peter Obi. As if they were not enough, let us look at the department gift Peter Obi presented to Anambra State and Bola Ahmed to Lagos State to prove that his education at Harvard Business School, Kellogg School of Management, Oxford and Cambridge were not just for fun. Peter Obi in his handover note left local and foreign investment savings in billions of naira and cash savings for the state, as can be seen as attached and verified. As seen in one of the image in the last tweet, the investment had a minimum 2 years maturity period before the